Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. If you missed last week's video, or last month's video, go ahead and click the link above. Let's get started. So today, we're going to be tackling an age-old issue, reaching things that are higher than you. Everyone struggles with it, because nobody is tall enough. So now that the sawhorses are done, we can finally start on some projects that'll be useful around the house. Today, we're going to be building a step stool. And I know what you're thinking, aren't I sitting on a step stool? Yes, but this one's big, it's bulky. It's more used for larger projects. I'm talking about a step stool for just reaching that top shelf. Think I don't need one? Think again. I bet you feel like a pretty big fool right now, thinking that I didn't need a step stool or step ladder. This is a step ladder. I don't know the difference. So some of you might be thinking, well, what is a step stool? A step stool is a tool or a piece of wood that's used, it's not a tool, it's a thing. I don't know what you'd classify it as now that I'm thinking about it. A step stool is something used for reaching higher steps. Not steps, you step on the step stool. It's used for reaching higher items, places, cabinets, your choice, you name it, step stool can help. So come on, let's see what we're working with today. So for this project, you only need one single board. It's a 1x8 board, 8 feet long. I ended up with a tin one, but I just cut it down. You will also need sandpaper, 120 grit is a good one. You will need 1 1/4 inch screws, and then wood glue, any brand will do. So for this project, measuring was very important as we were trying to get 15 pieces of wood out of this one single plank. This was a lot of measuring and remeasuring, just double checking to make sure that I got it all correct because I really didn't want to have to redo anything. Cutting was actually extremely frustrating on this project. Once again, this is only my second project. Still not great with a saw, so it took forever. And just did not go as I wanted to. Trying to get 15 boards out of this one single board was quite the task. So here are the boards that you're wanting. You want one 18-inch board, 2 boards that are 15.5, and you'll cut one down from 8 foot to 6 foot. Then you want 2 11.25 planks of wood. These two are going to be 19 inches long, and you want a 20-degree cut on either side. Then you have 2 17 1/4 inch boards, and you have 2 small ones which are only going to be 5 1/4. And then to finish it off, we have 4 15.5 inches. Jeez Louise. So from here, you're going to take 2 15.5s and the 5 1/4, and you are just going to connect those, whether that be through the glue or the screws. I used both just to make sure it was extra secure. Then you will take the other 2 15.5s and the 11 1/14 and do the same type thing. Just connect them with glue or screws. So once you have your 2 squares, you're going to line those up with the 17 1/4 along the bottom. After that, you're going to take your 2 19-inch boards with the 20-degree cut, and you're going to want to line it up on the top just like this, and then you're going to want to attach those. So at this point, your project should be looking like this. All that's really left to do is add both steps. So then this is the top step, just kind of showing you what it should look like. Also just wanted to show you guys how the sawhorses turned out. Again, obviously. And then I just used those extra boards that I bought last week as a makeshift workbench. We did have one casualty. I lost a drill bit, but covered it up. Can't even tell that it's there. So then this should be what your final project should look like. both steps, but we are going to go ahead and sand it. And I want to get a little bit of a stain on it, but the stain will probably be after this video is done. So just using that 120 grit, I just did it by hand. Obviously, if you have a sander, that would be much faster. And there you have it, a brand new step stool. What's up, guys? Thanks again for tuning in this week. This project was pretty frustrating. I did choose to do it during the middle of the day when it was like 90 degrees outside, so I wouldn't recommend that. I didn't get any tips or advice from the last video, so it turned out just as wobbly with just as terrible cuts as last time. So once again, if you have any tips, techniques, any advice about woodworking, go ahead and send them my way, even helpful YouTube links. But yeah, it was fun. I'm just proud of myself for pushing through, and it does support my human weight, so it will serve its purpose. So I'm going to go ahead and stain it, and then probably show it just the finished stain in the next video. If you guys have any recommendations or anything you want to see me try and build, as long as it is super beginner level, I'd love to give it a shot. As always, thanks again to Brendan Pearson for letting me borrow that saw. Shout out to Menards for just the supplies. Also, I got a type of wood. The type of wood I got was rough sawn pine, which I would not recommend. It was the cheapest wood, which is obviously why I chose it. But it just is cheap wood, and so while it does support me, I don't feel the safest standing on the step stool. Also, it called for 1/4 inch screws, and I would definitely encourage longer screws because they barely held it together. So it's a little janky, but it will work. But yeah, I would do longer screws in a better type of wood. I'm gonna go and try and I'm gonna list what am I saying? I'm going to put the link for the blueprints from a website that I used in the description below. I'm gonna try and link some other videos. I'm still trying to figure out how to add videos like here. Hopefully I got that. Probably didn't, but otherwise check down below for some other videos, and I'd love to see what you guys are working on.